Hello, welcome. This is the Let's podcast. And Let's is a nonprofit organization in Zambia combating domestic violence. Little tiny warning before we begin. This is a safe space. It's a movement. So many countless voices go unheard across the world. And we are trying to create a place that we can empower people, speak openly and honestly, learn new skills, and focus on topics that people might find difficult. We're going to have difficult conversations talking about different things like domestic violence, gender-based violence, mental health struggles, overcoming societal barriers, getting through challenges, and from people's different perspectives as well. We're going to have survivors' testimonies. We're going to be focusing on real life experiences, and we're amplifying these positive voices that we can have in our lives that we can learn from. And I just, it's just a warning really, so that you're aware of what you're going to be listening into. Things might be uncomfortable to hear, and things might trigger people. So with that in mind, I want you to know that you're not alone. So if you feel like this isn't a show you should listen to because of that, then don't. If you do listen and you feel like you could maybe benefit from speaking to somebody, or you want to share something with us, or you're seeking support, please reach out to us. You can get to us through our website, which is www.letsstoptheabuse.com, and you can reach us via WhatsApp from any country, or phone and text in the UK. The number is +44 74 95 33 88 30. You're not alone. We want to be here to support you, and we want to grow and learn from all of the experiences that are happening around us, and we want to let's be part of the change. While we are trying to become part of the change and changing the narrative, I just want you to be aware that Let is an up-and-coming service. So please, yes, do reach out to us. But just be aware that if you're in crisis, please do access the crisis lines in your area, because we are not a crisis support yet. So you may not get an immediate response. Thank you. Welcome everybody to the Let's podcast. Thank you, Mr. Prince Kapeya, again for joining us for a special National Youth Day 2026. The theme this year is Arise and Soar, Youth and Mental Health. So, Prince, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what's inspired you to cover this topic today?
All right, thank you very much. My name is Prince Kapeya. So I like to call myself as Mr. Prince, because I believe saying if you can't respect yourself, then no one is going to respect you. So I'm a clinical officer by profession, and I'm a qualified psychosocial counselor. And I'm also currently doing an internship with my state hub. And I've got an initiative called the Z Therapist, which is based on mental health advocacy and awareness. And apart from that, I'm a certified global advocate. So what inspired me to do so is that I'm coming aligned with promoting mental health, especially among my fellow youths, because I'm a youth also. I'm a youth leader. Youth of nowadays, we have strong alignment with mental health, especially suicides, with the latest statistics stating that there has been an 100% increment in the levels of mental health cases, especially among youth. And that's what I plan to tackle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing that. And an advocate in many different senses, it seems. So mental health is becoming an important topic globally.
From your perspective as a psychosocial counselor, what does mental health truly mean for young people today in your perspective?
So, from my perspective, mental health is just the ability or the status of a person being psychologically, physically, emotionally well. So most people currently, especially globally, youth are battling with mental health because they don't know how to understand it and how to overcome it. And this is something that's affecting a lot of them because there's one aspect where they want to live up with life, cope up with their friends, peers, here, there, but they're forgetting saying everyone has got their own life, everyone has got their own question paper of life, which they have to solve, and they can only go around it their own way. They are different and unique in their own way. They can't all be the same. They forget saying there's time for everything. There's time for going to reach that level which their friend is reaching. That's why most people are being affected with mental health. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, I think mental health is considered to be a state of well-being involving emotional, psychological, and social health. And we need to consider that there's lots of different influences in our lives around us that will impact the way we think, the way we feel, act, and cope, and just like deal with life stresses. It's a continuum, you know. It's not just the absence of illness. It's essential for us to be able to work productively, maintain relationships, managing life's challenges. And I think everybody in every part of the world can be affected by, by mental health. So yes, thank you for sharing that. So many young people in Zambia face pressures such as unemployment, academic stress, social expectations. How do these challenges affect their mental well-being?
So when we talk about academic pressure, social expectations, academic pressure is, for example, you're a student, you've got exams coming up, and you have to balance between studying and coping up with your friends or lifestyle. So many want to live a lifestyle that they've not yet reached. In other terms, I say they try to climb a tree from the top, not from the bottom. So you can't climb the tree from on top. You can't expect to go and reach greater heights before you start up with a good foundation. You can't expect to build a good house, a bed standing without you having a good foundation. So students currently are focusing more on what they're going to portray in terms of social limitations like social media, what is it influencing them. They're forgetting saying study is the key, education is the key to success. It's a potential key to success. I'm not meaning saying that everyone who is successful is because of education. There are people who have never gone to school, but they are successful people. But especially in our African setup here, we need education because it's able to unlock our minds, able to unlock our thinking. Yes, society would demand so much from you, so much from you, especially you being maybe a female, you being a male. You're looking at your other peers who are the same age of you, people who are doing better and way above your level, and you say, no, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What have I done wrong? No, there's nothing that you've done wrong. There is time. Focus on your studies now, then build yourself. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Don't imagine yourself one day, today, from day on yourself. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Where are you going to be? What's going to happen? Most people get it wrong when they imagine themselves just a day tomorrow, what's going to happen tomorrow. So they forget saying there is a long-term future because youth are the futures of today and tomorrow. So if we're able to focus on the study part and limit our social aspect, then we're going to grow mentally strong. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Prince. So just responding, you said that it's important to have a very good foundation. So what would you say to those people that have a really bad upbringing? It's not about the fact that they need a good foundation in education. Yes, they do need that, but that's not necessarily impacting their mental health now. If their foundation, as in where they grew up and their home life as children was very negative, how can they get to a good foundation? Is my first question. My second one is, you talk about how important education is, and I do agree with that. The only thing I was going to ask you to think about and respond is, in Zambia, there's a lot of unemployment because it's actually very difficult to get a job. So what about those people that are striving very high in education and then struggling to find employment in those things? Well, so those are my two questions.
All right, thank you. So responding to the first one, good people without good foundations, it's never too late. So there's an old saying your past cannot determine your future. So there's never a late time for you to start. You can start today, you can start tomorrow. As long as you have started, you have visualized yourself saying, okay, in the next 5 years, where do you want to be? You can't keep on relying on the past that has already passed. That's why it's called past. Live on the day, the present, and tomorrow's gift, which is the future. So we should make sure that we forget our past. No matter how bad it was, we still have life today. There's life tomorrow. So what are you going to do with today? What are you going to do with tomorrow? Because if you make a wrong decision today, it will definitely affect you tomorrow. Those past things that you made are affecting you now, but there is time for you to change it. You can still change it. Because back then, we were children, we were not yet youth, we were depending on our parents' advice. And today, you're youth, you're able to make a decision on your own. You know what is right and what is wrong for you. So if you want to create a better tomorrow for yourself, then you must start today. It can't affect you. Then going to the other question, which is the increasing levels of unemployment, especially in our country. Yes, previous statistics claim that Zambia is standing at 14.5% in terms of youth unemployment levels, which is very high. I'm glad to say, during this week, the youth in Dava, the president of Saka in the Chile himself declared saying on National Youth Day, which is 12th of March, they are launching an app which is called imisepela, Jobs and Opportunities. So this application is here for the youth, where you're going to find job adverts, opportunities. It's not papers that will get you everywhere far. There are skills nowadays. There are people who have got good papers but are still unemployed. And yet people who are having skills, like for example, digital marketing, photography, these skills are getting them more food on their table. They're actually winning more than those who have got big papers like PhD, who are doing nothing with their papers. So even though you are unemployed, it's not something that should worry you too much. There are still other doors which are open that you can go and find yourself in, which will help you as a youth, as a imisepela, as we call them in Zambia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And that's app's very informative. I will include it in the link In this, I'll include it in the details about this app on this episode, so anybody can have a look and access it. I think it's really important just note that anybody listening who has had any adverse childhood experiences, neglect, abuse, childhood trauma, sexual trauma, those are things that can be quite intense, and they can disrupt your brain development, and they can cause lots of issues, physical health issues, mental health issues. And yes, we do say, Prince is saying, start today, start changing your life today. Sometimes people find it very difficult because of those things. Sometimes people have really bad mental health issues because of their trauma and because of the things that they've experienced. In those situations, do seek support if you can. There are places in Zambia available for you to reach out to services. You can go on the Let's website. There's lots of self-help information on there. You can also reach out to us on Let's, and we're not crisis support, but we will respond to you when we see your message, and we'll also try and signpost you to some places that you can try and access support from somebody. Reach out to your friends and family if you feel able to. You're not alone in this situation. There's many people who have experienced different things, and sometimes adverse childhood experiences can lead to things like violence, substance abuse, separation issues, struggling to maintain relationships and friendships. So those are also things that you might experience and are difficult to come out of. Thanks, Prince, for sharing those things. So this year's National Youth Day theme is Arise and Soar. How does mental health play a role in helping young people rise above challenges and reach their full potential?
Okay, so the theme of this year is quite good. I'm really in love with it because it's challenging young people, challenging us youth, saying, you've been in the background for a long time. What are you doing about it? You've been unemployed for a long time. What are you doing about it? You've got all those PhDs, you've got all those degrees, but what are you doing about it? Are you going to sit back and let mental health disturb you, suicide thoughts come to you, and you feeling unworthy of life? No, you have to rise up. So rising up means you have to stand up against all challenges. You're not the only one who faces mental health. No, there are a lot of people who have got challenges in out. Everyone has got a challenge. Whether you're a person living here in Zambia, you're a person who is living in the UK. We all have challenges and obstacles in life. But what are you going to do about it? Are those things going to tear you down? Are those things going to traumatize you? Are those things going to make you feel useless? No. That's why we're supposed to rise up. And so means achieving growth and purpose. So when you rise up, what do you want to do? When you rise up against unemployment, what are you going to do about it? So if you rise up against unemployment, you have to find yourself something that is going to help you grow, something that's going to help you not going back to those thoughts that you are having. Say, no, I'm unemployed. People don't care about me. No, I'm worthless in life. That will lead to suicide thoughts. No, you have to stand up and say, okay, I'm unemployed, yes, but what can I do? What potential do I have? Everyone has got a unique power, a unique thing that differentiates them from each person. You can be good in digital literacy. You can be good in communication. Use those skills that you have so that they can help you grow as an individual. They can help you become a better person in the coming future. They can help you become the leader that you want to become tomorrow. There are only two types of people in this world, who is a leader and the follower. Which one are you as a youth? Ask yourself, which one are you? Are you the follower who is going to be used during maybe the campaign times which we are heading into in the 2026 election? Or are you that leader who is going to help raise a voice, saying the truth, standing by your integrity? going to sit down and let your mental health diminish you and steal you down, or you're going to become part of the little people who want to see change in their country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much for sharing that perspective. And for people who struggle to lift themselves out and get motivated, there's many tips that you can use to try and encourage you, from self-care to breathing to relaxation exercises. If you have a relationship with God, seeking God. If you have a good relationship with your friends, spending time with friends, socializing, trying to do activities that make you feel better, building your self-confidence, and some practical things like exercising, walking, just to get your brain to release different endorphins. Sometimes certain types of food that you like, helps release dopamine and serotonin, which are both neurotransmitters which help you feel better in yourself. So if you're struggling with motivation and struggling to get your mental health, that might be a bad day that you're having, into a good space to be able to get into this leader way of thinking to arise and soar. Try and access tools that are available to you. There's some other podcasts that do give tips and skills, and also the website does give tips and skills. So, Prince, through your initiative, the Z Therapist, you work really closely with young people. What practical steps can youth take to protect and improve their mental health?
When someone is going through challenges, we advise them to, one, they have to be able to open up and talk about their problems. You can do it with a trusted friend, a close family, or therapist, counselor. Most young people avoid going for counseling because they feel saying, no, they can't. This is only for those people who are going through extensive problems. But I'm here to tell you, saying, even if you're going through a little worry, something that's just diminishing your weight, you can go to a counselor who is going to really help you about it. Then apart from that, you have to develop a healthy habit, as you mentioned earlier. What I've been saying, mental health is something that's just affecting your mind. So if you're able to switch to a positive mindset, how do you switch to a positive mindset? Avoid being on media where people are diminishing your weight. If people are diminishing your weight, cut them off. You're better off having 3 friends who are respecting you, people who are praising you, people who are helping and encouraging you grow, rather than having a bunch of friends who are just diminishing your weight and using you for their own selfish gains. Then apart from that, we advise them saying, have time to reflect and be grateful for what you have. So gratitude is something that can really help you as an individual, as a youth. Every time before you sleep, you can actually just get a journal where you write 3 things that you're grateful for each day. Then you realize the moment that you start writing, 2 weeks from then, you know that, okay, there is a lot more to lose than going through a mental problem, which is going to actually lead to suicide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just my 2 cents in that is that I love gratitude. It's one of my most effective tips for mental health issues or crisis issues. Gratitude is a very powerful and scientifically proven way to rewire your brain and to change the way you think about things and see yourself. So when you use gratitude, it works by boosting neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which I mentioned before. And these hormones, they reduce the stress hormone cortisol when you're releasing dopamine and serotonin, and it strengthens neural pathways associated with contentment. So you start to experience an improved mood. You start to get emotional regulation. You start to feel reduced anxiety and reduced stress just from getting the release and production of dopamine and serotonin. They also increase motivation and feelings of pleasure, So imagine all of that happens from you just being grateful and doing a gratitude exercise. So yes, thank you for sharing that. I also agree gratitude is very important. Finally, Prince, what message of encouragement would you like to share with the young people across Zambia who are striving to rise, grow, and soar in life?
So I would actually tell them saying, one, the most important thing is you have to have resilience and self-belief. When you're planting a tree, you start it by when it's still young. The tree can't grow within months. The tree will grow maybe 2 years, minimum 2 years, for it to produce wonderful fruits. 5 years. So that's what you must take your life as. If you want to arise and soar, you have to be able to be like a tree. Start planting your seeds today. Start planting the fruit that you want to see in the future today. You have to have that resilience, determination. Then apart from that, you have to turn challenges into opportunities. There are a lot of things that are affecting you, but you have to be able to raise up to it and say, okay, what have I learned from this challenge? Okay, I was in a relationship, past relationship, which did not go well, but what did I learn with that partner, which when I go into a new one, is going to help me to grow my relationship, to grow myself as an individual. Then you have to invest in your personal development and mental well-being. How do you do that? You have to attend seminars, you have to speak to a counselor or trusted friend when you've got an issue that's worrying you or bothering you. Then you have to seek guidance from people who have gone through these situations and be willing to open up to talk to it. Then my last message to people is when young people strengthen their minds, they strengthen their future. And when their minds rise above fear, the human spirit learns how to soar. So that is my message to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince Kapeya, for joining us, and thank you for talking to us on this special day of Youth Day 2026. I love Youth Day, by the way, because it's my birthday. So in Zambia, when I was growing up, we were always off school, and I loved it. I loved it. In the UK, Youth Day is not a bank holiday, which makes me very sad. But yes, happy Youth Day, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Tina, and happy Youth Day too, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prince.